Welcome. In this session, we are going to discuss about minimization of finite automata. What is minimization of finite automata? It is nothing but reducing the number of states in the finite automata. Reducing the number of states in the sense that we should combine more than one state based upon some conditions. So, what are those conditions we should follow? So, minimization of finite automata can be done in two ways. That is, one is by equivalence method and the other one is table filling method or it is also known as Myhill-Nerode theorem. So, in this session we are going to discuss about equivalence method or equivalence theorem. So, here as we already discussed that minimizing the finite automata means combining the two states. It doesn't mean that we should delete any state from the finite automata. So, in equivalence theorem, what is the condition we are going to follow? So, here the name itself is saying that equivalence in the sense that two states must be equivalent. So, what is the condition we need to follow? Two states A and B are said to be equivalent if delta of A comma X, this A is nothing but the state, whereas X is nothing but the input alphabet. So, delta of A comma X belongs to F. F is nothing but the final state set, and delta of B comma X, B is another state here. Here we need to consider pair of states. So, A and B are pair of states. For this pair of states, we are going to check for different input symbols. So, delta of B comma X belongs to F. So, both A comma X should belongs to F and B comma X should belong to F. If this is the condition, if this condition is true, then we say that A and B states are equivalent to each other. So, if not, the opposite to this. The opposite in the sense A comma X does not belongs to F or B comma X does not belongs to F. So, either this or this condition has to be followed if they are equivalent. If these both conditions, either of the condition is not satisfied, then we say that that pair of state is not equivalent. So, in order to prove this equivalent theorem, let us see the algorithm. So, in step 1, all the states Q are divided into partitions, final state and non-final states that are denoted by P0. So, if in a finite automata we have initial state, final state and the other state. So, let us consider this is A, B, C, D. So, in step 1 what we have to do, we should divide these states into two sets. So, what are the two sets? One is the final state set and the other one is non-final state set. So, in this manner we have to divide the states into two sets, final state set and the other one is a non-final state set. So, this will become our P0. This is the first step, and second step we have to increment this K value. That means K value in the sense here K is 0. Next we have to increment this K value by 1, and here we need to consider only the non-final state set. We should not touch this final state set at all. We have to work with this non-final state set only. We should find out the delta transitions transition functions for two states, that means pair of states. We need to check whether those pair of states are equivalent to each other or not. If they are not equivalent, we have to separate them. We have to write it in the other state set. So see here, the second step is increment k by 1 for each partition in Pk. Divide the state in Pk into two partitions if they are not k equivalents. So suppose if they are not equivalent to each other, equivalent in the sense that this condition. So if this condition, either this condition or this condition is not satisfied, we have to separate that state from that set and write it separately. And in step 3, if Pk is equal to not equal to Pk minus 1. So if Pk is not equal to Pk minus 1, Pk in the sense that the previous step, like P naught is P naught is k minus 1. Then what is our P1? It is k. So k value is 1 here. So P1 in the sense that k value is 1 here, and 0 in the sense that k minus 1. 1 minus 1 is P naught. So if the states are not equal, if the states in P1 and P naught, that means the previous set P naught and present set P1 are not equal, we need to repeat the procedure again and again until P naught and P1 are equal. If these two sets are equal, we have to stop the procedure and construct the minimized finite automata. So let us see it by an example. So this is an example to minimize the finite automata. In this diagram, A is the initial state and the final states are C, E, D. So we have to first construct the transition table. So in this transition table, let us start with the initial state A. A, for the input symbol 0 and for the input symbol 1, we have to write the transition table. As we know how to construct the transition table, it is an easy method. A, by reading an input symbol 0, it is moving to the state B. A, by reading an input symbol 1, moving to state C. B, by reading an input symbol 0, moving to state A. B, by reading an input symbol 1, moving to state D. In this manner, we have to write the transition functions for all the given states in the diagram. Now, we have to start the procedure. In step 1, from the algorithm, we have discussed that we need to divide the states into two sets. One is the final state and the other one is the non-final state. So, if we observe here, this dividing of states into two sets is nothing but the 0th equivalent step. So, P naught is equal to A, B, F are non-final states. So, we are writing them under one set, and the states C, D, E are the final state set, and we are writing it under another set. Now, we need to consider in the next step, that means in P1, k value is incremented in step 2. If we observe here, increment k by 1, we should increment this k is equal to 0 by 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. So, in this step, what we have to do? We need to check pair of states. Pair of states in the sense, we should touch here only the non-final states. We should not touch the final states set. So, work on the non-final states only. So, consider the states A and B here. For both A and B, we need to check for the input symbol 0 and 1 the transition functions. So, let us check delta of A comma 0, delta of B comma 0. A comma 0 is, delta of A comma 0 is B. delta of b comma 0 is a. Similarly, delta of a comma 1 is c. Delta of b comma 1 is d. Now we have to check the answers which we obtained from these transitions. Let us check for this a and b under the input symbol 0. So what is the answer we obtained? For a comma 0 we obtained b, and for b input symbol 0 we obtained a. Now see, we need to check whether these two answers are present in the same set or in different set. Here if we observe, a and b are in the same set, so they are equivalent here. Again, if they are equivalent or not, we need to check under the input symbol 1. So for the input symbol 1, what is the answer we obtained? C and D. We have to check whether this C and D are present in the same set or not. They can either be present in the non-final state set or in the final state set. No problem. In either of this set, they could be present. So C and D are present in the same set. So we can say that a and b, we have found out the transition functions whether they are equivalent or not for the states a and b, for the pair of states a and b. So now we can say that a and b are equivalent. Okay, now we should check for the state f. So f is left out here. So when we are working, remember one point, when we are working in the k plus 1th step, we have to look into the states of the sets in k minus 1th step. That means we have to look into the previous state sets. Now let us see for the state f. As here a and b are equivalent, we can check for this f either with a or with b. So let us take either with a and f we can check, or b and f we can check. So let us take b and f here. So delta of b under input symbol 0, and similarly for the f under input symbol 0, we should obtain the transition functions. Delta of b comma 0 is nothing but a. Delta of f comma 0 is f. And delta of b comma 1 under the input symbol 1, we have to check for both these states b and f. So b and f under the input symbol 1, b and f under input symbol 1, we get d and f. Now we need to check whether these answers or these states which we obtain from the transition function are present in the same set or not. So here the answer for input symbol 0, we obtained a and f. So look into the P0 set, P0 step sets, that is a and f are present in the same set. So if they are present in the same set, we need to check whether under the input symbol 1, are they becoming equivalent or not. So we have to check for the input symbol 1. The answers obtained are D and F. So we need to check in P0 step. So D and F. So look here, D is in the final state set. So final state set. Whereas F is in the non-final state set. Now we have to separate this F from this set and write it individually. So we need to separate this F from A and B. We should not separate A and B because previously we have proved that A and B are equivalent. So we should not separate A and B. We need to separate F from this set. That is what we have done in P1 step. The sets which we are going to obtain are A and B are equivalent, which is not equivalent to A and B, F state. So we should write it separately. We should not include this F in this final state set. We should write it separately. So this is what P1 set. Now we should increment the K value. Now the K value is 1. We should increment it by 1. So 1 plus 1 will become 2. Now we should check for the P2 state. So P2 equivalent step. So in P2 equivalent step, we should check for the states A and B, for the pair of states A and B. So delta of A comma 0, delta of B comma 0. Similarly, under the input symbol 1, we need to check. So if we observe, this part we have already done in the previous step, P1 step. So see here, B and F, sorry, A and B. So this A and B, we are going to get the same answer here also. Delta of A comma 0 is B, delta of B comma 0 is A comma 1 is C, B comma 1 is D. So if we check, this A and B are present in the same set in this step P1. So when we are working in the P2 equivalent set, we should look after the previous states set. That means in P1 sets we have to look after. So A and B are present in the same set. So, and C, if we observe the second one, C and D are also present in the same set. So we need not separate anything. So this is how in P2 also A and B are equivalent. So keep as it is. F is separate. So there is nothing to check for F. So we don't have any other state in this set to check with F. So remain as it is. And C, D, E are final state set. If we observe here, P2 and P1, these sets are same in both the cases. That means P2 is equal to P1. That is what mentioned in step 3 of algorithm. If Pk not equal to Pk minus 1, then repeat step 3. But here we obtain Pk is equal to Pk minus 1. Then stop the procedure and move forward to step 4. So in step 4, what we are going to do? We are going to write all the equivalents which we obtained. So P0 set we are going to write, P1 sets we are going to write, P2 sets we are going to write. So now if we observe, there are 3 sets. Final set is obtained from P2. So in P2, if we check, this A and B will become one set, F will become one set, C, D, E will become one set. One set in the sense that A and B will become one single state. They are now combined as a single state, A and B. F is one state and C, D, E are one state. So previously in the question, we were having total 6 states individually in the diagram. But now we have minimized to 3 states. That means we have combined the states based upon the equivalent condition. Now A and B are equal. So we have placed them in as a single state. And F is another state. C, D, E is another state. So now we have to draw the transition diagram. So the transition diagram, we should place A and B in a single state and F as a single state and C, D, E. This is nothing but the final state set. So this is indicated by the double circles. So based upon the question given, we should draw the transition diagram. So what is given in the question? See, A upon the input symbol 0, it is moving to the state B. So A is moving to the state B. So A upon input symbol 0, it is moving to the state B. That means it is itself. A upon the input symbol 1, it is moving to the state C. A upon the input symbol 1, it is moving to the state C. So it is indicated here. B upon 0, moving to the state A. B upon 0, moving to the state A. B upon 1, moving to the state B. B upon 1, moving to the state D. Sorry, B upon 1, moving to the state D. So it is indicated here already. So we need not mention it once again. C upon 0, it is moving to the state E. C upon 0, moving to the state E. So C upon 0, it is moving to the state E. So it is mentioned like this. Similarly, C upon 1 moving to the state F. So from C, 1 means F it is indicated. Similarly, D upon 0 moving to the state E. D upon 0 moving to the state E. That means self. D upon 1 moving to the state F. D, from D already it is mentioned with one input symbol. So we need not mention it again. E upon 0 self loop already mentioned. E upon 1. So it is already mentioned. We need not mention it once again. F upon 0 and 1, the same F we mentioned here. So this is how we are going to draw the transition diagram. From this transition diagram, we are going to draw the transition table. So this is the transition table where we are going to write with 3 states only. We have minimized the 6 states into 3 states. One is A, B state, C, D, E and F. So this is how we are going to minimize the finite automata. Thank you.